I'm talking about in general. We're not going to paint a rosy picture because we're going to have to pull our bootstraps up. We're going to actually have to do something to build our nation. And this is the big blow right here. You're going to have to leave this country. Before we go, I'm going to show you. You're going to have to leave this country. If you don't, either they're going to get you chipped up and kill you, or the wars of the bombs that are coming here are going to take you out.
Well, wait a minute, but don't, everybody has to die, don't they? Am I wrong? Everybody has to die.
Sis, you're absolutely wrong.
Okay,
you absolutely.
This is like going over my head.
You're going to get it. Because you're absolutely wrong. Because if everybody had to die, then the scriptures wouldn't say what it's saying. Because when Christ comes back, those that remain is going to meet him in the air. It means some people are going to be here. Okay? So, listen, there's people that teach this word all over the earth. I don't need to be in a place where missiles are coming. Let me tell you, there's a nice house and couches and floors in another place of this earth. Okay? America's not the only place. They just make us think it's the only place. Okay? But judgment is coming here. We're going to blow the trumpet, let you know what's going to happen. And anytime your president, George Bush, get over 100,000 acres outside of the country, and 50% of your congressmen and senate them have dual citizenship in another country, and they've been paid to uphold your system, you should, a light should come on. If you are, if I voted you in to uphold and build my country, why do you have citizenship in Belize? Why do you have houses in other places in dual citizenship unless you know something is about to go down that I don't know?
I heard something like that on the news.
I'm going to show it to you.
About him having
over 100,000 acres
of land in another country.
Yeah, you can ask questions. We opened up. Yes, sister.
What I'm saying is a lot of the people, especially some of the black people here in America, they are blind to a lot of the government stuff. So how, like she said, how would she know? You see what I'm saying? I mean, some people can understand some of the stuff of the Word of God being preached, and some people can't. You know what I mean? It has to be broken down, really broken down to them. Mm-hmm. Some people are just don't know about the teachings in the Word of God. I mean, there are actually people that does not have the knowledge of Christ.
Yes, but that's what we are for. The Lord set leaders and teachers. Just like, I'm going to give you an example. Not to say that we're anything great. All right? All right? As far as us being leaders. Because this is a hard position to be. But here's some reality. In every empire, when the Lord sent Moses, everyone didn't want to go. He was like, man, Egypt is the place to be. And then when they got out into the wilderness, they was like, man, we should go back. At least we had this, that, and the other in Egypt. You understand? So we know the mentality of our people. This will make most of us afraid because we don't know anything else. None of us haven't been to New Jersey, let alone another country. Okay, so we're here to let you know that there's a plan according to the Most High. We're going to go into that plan according to the Bible. But first, we have to let you know what's impending. What's about to happen in the next few years. So that when you see these things go down and happen, if you never see me again, or see Elder Zah again, you'll know, okay, this thing is about to click in. Because the Lord don't have us here for any purpose that we even might think. The Lord have us here. This meeting was already written before we came together. And this happened in every empire. Can you imagine the houses back in Egypt when Moses first came back after being gone for 40 years? Don't forget, when he came back, he was out of Egypt for 40 years and he come back. Came back with him, his family, his brother Aaron, and a stick. Going amongst the people, telling them, listen, man, we're going to get up out of here. He had a cloth and a stick. Can you imagine these meetings like this, what that was going on within Egypt? was looking at him like, man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Huh? Man, they was laughing at this guy. Then he come before Pharaoh with a stick. Pharaoh was like, man, what's up with this guy? Then the Most High started sending plagues. And I'm going to tell you, through the Spirit of the Lord, for the last 6 or 7 years, ever since we've been prophesying against what's been going on in this country, on the street, winter, summer, spring, and fall, the Lord been sending more and more plagues on this country. That's why He set us up also, so that when it come out, you'll know who's been teaching the truth.
One question or comment. My initial question is, when you refer back to leaving this country, do you actually mean going back to your homeland of Israel? When you refer to the chosen people going back to their homeland, leaving this country, is that the requirement you're referring to?
I'm referring to that to some degree, but I want to say that for later.
Okay.
When I go into the scriptures on it, okay?
Second, I guess this is the question, not really a comment.
Okay.
You talk about men a lot being the head of the household, things like that.
Absolutely.
But women, do they not see visions and have dreams as well?
Joel, the 2nd chapter, tell you they do.
And what I'm sorry.
Joel, the 2nd chapter. Yeah. Let me make it clear though. We are all spiritual people, the men and the women. Man and woman makes up the image of God. Okay? We're not, listen, a nation cannot go without our sisters. They know it. That's why they try to pull our sisters away from us. So we're not saying that our sisters are not significant. They are the greatest. But there's order and balance is what we're saying. And we're out of order and we're out of balance.
I started bringing it up a little bit earlier. As long as we are out of order, they are in order.
Thank you.
And they can control you.
Thank you. So this is no thing where we demean women at all. Okay? Our sisters, you can't run a nation without sisters. Sisters have an attribute men don't have. But we have an attribute you don't have. And it has to be a mutual respect. We tend to look at each other's faults opposed to what we bring to the table. And they did that. When I say they, the government structure made us or set it up in a way where we have to always go back and forth and examine what's wrong. Well, you don't do this and you don't do that, instead of saying, baby, you do this and you do that. You're great. So it's just a mutual respect we must have for each other, because we cannot do it without you. But I'm going to tell you, sisters, that number, that 144,000 that have to be sealed to leave, they're all men. They're all men. 12,000 men from each tribe that must be sealed before the impending destruction come on the whole earth.
It says that?
Revelation 7th chapter. We're going to go there.
I think it was a government conspiracy to keep the man and woman out of fighting among themselves.
Absolutely.
And family. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
complete family.
Yes.
So to up and leave, so you wouldn't be under this government. So would you say go back to Jerusalem?
Well, we're not going to go back to the cities of Israel, but there's brothers and sisters over there already. We're going to primarily go into the areas that we were in before we walked into Israel.
Before what?
Before we actually walked into Israel, when we were in Jericho, we marched around Jericho, we're going into that area. We're going to be there for a while, for a good minute. And